before this video gets started, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did have a few issues with my audio recording software throughout the video, especially the first half. So if you hear my audio switching qualities, I'm just using my backup audio from my camera. So I'm really sorry if that's distracting, but that's what's going on. So now we can get into it. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to my Flosstube channel. It has been quite a while since I last filmed. It feels like I'm saying that a lot these days, but hopefully this will be the last time for a while that I have a big gap in uploads like that. As always, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a catch-up chit-chat type thing first. I'll be putting timestamps in the video bar so you can skip around to whichever section you would like. I believe it's been 4 weeks since my last upload. I really didn't intend on that. I did say at the end of my last video that I had hoped to come back like the following week, and it just didn't happen that way. A lot of stuff went on in the past 4 weeks. The first week, back at the end of September, I literally just played Animal Crossing for like an entire week, and I didn't do any stitching at all, which is totally fine, super fun, had a really good time. But after that, we had a couple like really big things happening all at the same time. One of them is work related and the other two are personal. First off, my in-laws came to visit for an entire week, which was a lot. My fiance and I don't have like an amazing relationship with his parents. Yeah, we have been together for 3 years, and this was my first time talking to them and meeting them in person. We have spoken over video chat before, but yeah, they are actually from very far away. They don't live in the mainland United States, so I just hadn't had the opportunity to actually meet them yet, so that was like a little bit stressful. It went a lot better than we expected it to go, but you know, it was still a lot. They were here for an entire week. They were not living at our house. We just don't have the space for that, thank God. I think I would have literally died if they were here for the whole time. But yeah, we went down to my hometown, which is a few hours away from here, and they got to meet my family. We went to a local farm down there. We got to see a local apiary, which is beehives, and we got to hear like a little talk about keeping bees. We did like apple cider making. We went to a farm up here to do apple picking and stuff. We did a lot of shopping. They went to a cave. Ruben and I didn't go to the cave. That was one of the days when he and I were both working, so they were kind of on their own, but I had them go to Cave of the Mounds in south central Wisconsin. It's kind of out of the way from like where they were at, but they had a really good time with that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got up to. But yeah, that was like a whole week of stuff. And then like immediately after they left, like a day or two after, I had a huge event for work. If you guys don't know, I work at a local pagan bookstore, and I'm also the event planner for the store. So, yeah, basically I had a lot of stuff to do for that event, leading up to it, and then also just like actually being there to work at the event. We also have like several new people on staff. By several, I mean 2. There's literally 6 of us who work at the store. So, but I mean, that's like a third of our staff who are new. So we had to kind of train them into like how it works when we do these events and what to expect and things like that, because it can be really overwhelming. Training them in has been going really great though. We hired in a guy and a girl. The guy, we had a relationship already. He actually was working with the shop as like an artist, and also he occasionally would offer like energy healing services, like Reiki healing. So we already knew that we liked him. So when he applied, we got super excited. We actually hired him on as a shop manager, which is very exciting. The shop is owned by my friend. All of us are part-time, and then there's this guy who we just hired on full-time, and he's kind of in charge of like overseeing everything. I think the owner got a little bit overwhelmed with all of the stuff that she had taken on. And I just am not in the place to like accept a full-time position at this job. I think it would have gone to me if this guy had not stepped up to the plate, / like if I had told my boss earlier that I wanted that position, she probably would have given it to me. But yeah, it just wasn't really something that I was interested in. I'm actually down to working 1 day a week now, which is awesome. It definitely hurts like paycheck wise, but it's been a lot better for my mental health to be just working once a week and then like the occasional Saturday. So yeah, we also changed our shop hours to be a lot later in the day, which for me is great. We used to open at 9, which is not like super early or anything, but I really struggle to wake up before like 11 a.m. I think I've mentioned before, I just have a very nocturnal sleep schedule. Usually I go to bed around 2 a.m. So it's very, very hard for me to wake up at like 7 or 8 to get ready for work. But yes, so those were two of the major things, the in-laws and the event at work. And then the third thing is one of my best friends got married. I was not able to actually attend the wedding. She actually had a destination wedding in Disney World in Florida. And I obviously was invited. I actually was supposed to be in her wedding before she ended up changing the plans. It was not originally going to be a Disney wedding. But yeah, I just like wasn't able to afford it. A lot of us weren't able to, unfortunately. So, that kind of sucked. She said she's going to be holding a party later, so I'm very excited about that. But you know, like it still is a big thing that takes up a lot of emotional capacity, mental capacity, and like talking her down when she's freaking out about like all this wedding stuff going on. Yeah, you know, just being there to support your friends also takes a lot of effort. But yeah, I think like the past 2 weeks, I have been really, really trying to get as much stitching in as I can. I think I'm kind of done playing Animal Crossing on my Switch for now. I have been like really focused on decorating my island, and I'm kind of at a spot where like I'm getting a little bit frustrated with the stuff that I'm working on, and I think I just need to step away for a few months and then come back to it with a fresh eye later. But I did start playing Animal Crossing New Leaf again, which is for the 3DS. That game is like almost 10 years old now. I used to play it in like high school, so I decided to restart that game. There's not nearly as much like customization or designing stuff in that game. It's a lot more hands-off. It's more about like the relationships that you have with your villagers and stuff. So I usually play that for like an hour a day-ish, and it's a lot more low-key than my New Horizons game on my Switch, so that has been super fun. I think that's all I have to talk about for personal stuff. Before we get into my cross-stitch things, I have a couple of housekeeping things I wanted to go over about my general channel. First of all, while I was away, we surpassed 500 subscribers by quite a bit. I think at the time of filming I have 522, so thank you so much. Yeah, it's just crazy. It makes me really happy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. This is a really big milestone actually, because when you pass 500 subscribers, YouTube gives you a community tab. So if you go to my channel, you can find a little tab at the top now that says community, and it's a place where I can post text posts or images. And it's going to be a place that I'm using to alert you guys of anything going on, or if I forget something in a Flosstube and I want to put a picture up of it, I might do that. But most recently I did use it to let as many people as possible know why I was gone and that I was still alive, and that I intended to film very soon. So if I do have an extended absence again, just make sure to check that tab out. I will definitely be posting there if I plan to be away for more than like 2 weeks at a time. We're also like almost 10 minutes into the video at this point probably, but I did want to address that I put in a video intro this time. I was inspired by a different Flosstuber. I will have to look up their channel really quick. The channel was Stitching World with Julia. YouTube recommended one of their videos to me, and in the beginning they had like a really nice shot of like some buildings near their house and either a lake or the ocean, I'm not sure which it was, a large body of water. And I kind of got the idea that I would maybe do some like clips before my videos just to like set the mood. So we'll see if that sticks around. We'll see if I like it. Yeah. Okie doke. That is all I have for that section. So now we can actually get into the cross-stitching part of this video now that we are very, very far into it. I do have quite a lot to cover today, so this might be a longer video, and I'm sure you guys won't mind since I have been gone for a hot second. So this first project, this is my Fox Autumn piece by Llama Cross Stitch on Etsy. I am like 95% sure that I've done at least a little bit of work since the last time you folks saw it, but I haven't picked up this piece since last month. So I don't really remember like the last time I worked on it or what exactly I did. But here's a picture from the last time you folks saw it, and then this is where we are at right now. You'll probably be able to tell what I did, hopefully. This is being stitched, oh goodness, I hit my mic, sorry. 3/1 on 14 count off-white Aida, and this is 6,300 stitches, which is putting me at 63.59%. I had originally had a goal of finishing this piece by October. Obviously today is October 14th, so that did not happen. Like I said, at the end of September, I just kind of like completely stopped cross-stitching. I think I just needed to switch hobbies for a little bit, so I didn't really work on that. I do still have plans to get some really, really good work on that piece this month. We will be talking about that in the plans section, so make sure you stick around for that. Next up, according to my notes on my phone, I did some work on Bohemia. This is a kit by Gecko Rouge, and the original art is by Medusa Dollmaker. Yeah, I'll just show you the progress really quick, and then we can talk about other stuff. So here's where it was the last time you saw it, and then this is where we are at this time. I believe I did a bunch more of this green color down here, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this I have not worked on since September, so I can't exactly remember what's different. That piece is being stitched 2/1 half stitch on 25 count even weave. And that is the kit fabric. And in terms of stitches, that is 5,779 stitches, which is putting me at 2.57%. Which is not too bad. I legitimately like don't remember working on that. So it's been quite a while. I believe the last time I was working on it, I was getting kind of annoyed that I hadn't like cut the loops on all of the threads on the thread cards. I like to use the loop method, so I need my threads to be a lot longer than the way that Gecko has them, like the way that they prepare them for you. So the last time I was working on it, I had taken a bunch of the threads off the thread card and was re-wrapping them to the length that I wanted them to be, and it was taking so long. So I believe that's why I ended up putting Bohemia down, is because I was like, I'm gonna do all these threads, and then I was like, wow, this is awful. So, but yes, I'm still loving her, and I plan to work on her more. I'm not sure when the next time I pick her up will be, but we will see. Next up, we have probably like my current favorite piece. I don't think that's a secret at all. I have been affectionately calling her Miss Girl. This is, of course, the Dark Queen of the Earth Stitch Along, which is by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and the fabric is done by Under the Sea Fabrics. This is where I was at last time you guys saw this piece, and then here is where she is at now. Again, this is an FFN, a finish for now. I did the entirety of October's drop since the last time you guys saw this. So, yeah, I believe the drop was around 1,900 stitches. I already took it off of my pattern keeper like a fool, so I don't remember how many it was. But yes, I am quite happy with how she's looking. I'm not sure how the Petite Treasure braid is picking up on camera, but in person, I love it. This is being stitched 2/2 on 32 count Nightshade linen by Under the Sea Fabrics, of course. So this was so fun. It didn't go quite as fast as the first drop because there were just more like smaller color sections in here as opposed to these huge blocks from the first one. So it was significantly fewer stitches, but it took me like just as long to finish. I finished this yesterday, and like I said, today is the 14th. So yeah, it took me about 2 weeks. I did skip out on quite a few days at the beginning of the month because my in-laws were here, but yes. I also did something new on this piece. I'm not sure if you're able to tell, but I saw some folks in the group for this project talking about a technique called couching. So couching is an alternative to backstitching. I'm not really like an expert on it at all. This was my first time doing it. It basically, I think it's best for you to like look up a video of it. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. But instead of backstitching like how you normally would, let me get a good line here for an example. Like this long line, instead of breaking it up a bunch with back stitches, you just stitch, you come up here, you carry the thread all the way across your piece and you come down here. And then you use a second thread to kind of tack it down in choice places to almost like sculpt the thread in the way that you want it to lay. So this creates a lot smoother of a look. You don't get those like kind of almost like spaces that you get when you do back stitching. I'll see if I can get like a side-by-side comparison of back stitching versus couching. But with like the organic shapes in this piece, I thought that it would look a lot nicer if I tried that technique. And I really, really liked it. I thought it was really fun and I really enjoy how it came out. If you're wondering for the tacking stitches, I used actually DMC color number 10. I did not use the Petite Treasure braid to do the tacking. I just used a normal DMC. I was definitely really slow at couching. Like I said, it was my first time doing it. I think that took me like 3 or 4 hours and I'm like pretty fast at backstitching. I really like doing it. So I think it would have taken me like half the time to do the regular backstitching with that, but I think the result is definitely worth it. And again, that backstitching or the couching on that is done in Petite Treasure braid in this color. It's mirrored in my camera. PB201. Yeah, I was like a little iffy on this color at first. It just seems like so yellow. But when it's on the piece, actually, it looks a lot nicer. It's definitely more of like a light gold, and it's not so obnoxious highlighter yellow in your face. Yes, again, very happy with this. She will be going away until November when we get the next piece of her. So I am very excited. I'm curious to know if any of you folks are working on this piece too. I think I've seen a couple of you in my comments who are working on her. So let me know where you guys are at. Have you finished the October stitching yet? Let me know. How's it going for you? The last project that I worked on was Odile. She is charted by Make It Pink and the art is by Hannah Alexander. I'll put in a quick picture here of where she was at last time. And then here is where she's at currently. Not a huge difference. I just put in about 100 stitches right over here. This is 6.25%. Last time I think she was at 6%, so I didn't do like a crazy amount of stitches or anything. This is just work from last night. I'm planning to work on her more within the next couple of days. I have really been enjoying working on my Dark Queen, and Odile is really similar to her in that she's being stitched on linen. Oh yeah, this is being stitched 2/2 on 36 count opalescent linen in the color Rose Murda from Under the Sea Fabrics. But yeah, she's just been a lot of fun, so I wanted to go back to doing Odile. I also really, really want to finish her. I've talked about this like 5 billion times, but there are just so many Sailor Moon patterns coming out by this designer, and I really want to finish Odile before I start picking up a lot more projects because these pieces are so involved. Yeah, so planning to give her a lot of love within the next couple days, weeks, whatever. Okay, that's it for whip updates. My audio program on my computer is having some issues, so I'm really sorry if like I'm not able to use my normal audio. I might be using my camera audio right now. I'm not sure. But I am going to take a quick break because I've been recording for almost half an hour. And then I will come back to talk about haul and plans. I am suffering. It's been like an hour since I stopped recording. Yeah, my audio program decided to completely crash and I had to reboot my computer and I didn't like it wouldn't let me save the audio file and I was like pretty sure I had lost it completely. Yeah, anyway, long story short, thought I was gonna have to re-record everything, but my audio program did have a backup file, thank God. So, in theory, there is decent audio for the first half of this video, I am hoping. I have been like stress eating Paw Patrol graham crackers. I do not have a child and I am 24 years old, but I choose to buy these with my money because they're amazing. So anyway, I have just 2 sections left for you guys tonight. I've got haul still, and then I have the plans section, and I still have quite a bit to go over, so let's just get right into it. Haul section, last time I recorded, I was talking about the Trick or Treat Halloween Fairy by Nora Corbett. And I said that I was like really struggling to find it and all this stuff. And that was true. When I had been looking for it, I did find it on the, is it Herschel's, I think, website. But when I was looking at it on my phone, the page was just like completely blank. There was nothing on it. So, I thought that there was it just wasn't available there as a PDF. But when I went onto my laptop, I was actually able to get that page to work. So I do actually own that pattern now. I did get it as a PDF. So yay! Thank you. I think somebody did say that in a comment too, but it was after I had already figured it out on my own, but I still do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't really plan on starting that this year just because I have a lot going on right now, but that is something that I would like to do at some point. I hope you guys can't hear that. There's like a train going by right now and it's just tooting its fucking horn, so I'm really sorry. I also got my first Gecko Gold voucher this month, so I used that and then some of my own money to purchase the Folk Witch kit, which is by Medusa Dollmaker. Yes, I got that right at the beginning of the month, so it hasn't like shipped or anything yet. It's still being prepared, but that should be here at some point. That's all I have for haul. I really have not been buying much. We are on a tight budget lately, so yes. For plans, at the end of September, I sat down with Ruben and he and I went through and picked out fabrics for all of the Sailor Moon designs from Make It Pink. There's like 14 of them or something. And there were like some patterns that I wasn't sure on for fabric color, so I picked out like my top 3 and then I had him kind of help me choose which one the winner was. I'm getting pretty much all of them from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. I really like Under the Sea fabrics, but they have just been like so backed up lately with the Dark Queen of the Earth Sal. And I found Hand Dyed by Stephanie had a little bit wider variety of stuff that I was looking for these patterns. So I'm deciding to go with her. There's like 1 or 2 that I'm using Mystic fabrics for. But yes, those, I have not purchased them, obviously. That would be like a lot of money. But I do have them picked, so whenever I choose to start them, I have that list ready to go. That took many hours of deciding. I even went into like a background removing program to take out the background of the pictures of the Sailor Scouts so that I could like edit them directly on top of all these fabric pictures. Yes. So we are about halfway through October and we're starting to approach the winter holiday season. My partner and I are both pagans, so we celebrate Yule, which is the winter solstice. It's very similar to Christmas. It's kind of what Christmas is based off of. And then both of our families celebrate Christmas as well. But I asked Ruben, he wasn't sure what to get me for Yule, so I asked him if he would be willing to kit up a pattern for me or get me a new bead sorter. So we will see. I do have the bead organizer picked out that I would want. I just haven't gotten it yet because it's like kind of a lot of money. This is the one that I currently have. I got this from Michael's like on clearance for like $5 or something. It's fine. Like it does the job. But this is only 2 projects worth of beads and it is like 2/3 of the way full. So yeah, I'm gonna need some more space. These are also like kind of inconvenient to work out of due to like their shape, and I feel like it's just more of like a temporary solution, I guess. So yes, but yeah, that's kind of up to him depending on what he wants to do. But towards the end of the year, we will see what he gets me, and then we can be excited about it together. Soon, very soon, I really want to film a Stitch With Me video. The first one I do is just going to be a solo one just because of scheduling stuff. The reason is I would really like to have the Stitch With Me video out next week, and Ruben is currently the only manager at his job for the next 2 weeks. The other one is on vacation. So he's just really not going to have any like free time or anything, which is fine. But yeah, it's just going to be me this first time around. The reason that I specifically want it out next week is because next weekend is the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. And normally I've been filming on Saturdays or Sundays depending, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to like, or going to want to even film in the middle of that. I'd rather wait until it's over so that I could like go over things with you guys, I guess, instead of stopping part way. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that filmed during the week, and then I can have it up during the Stitchy Marathon, and then I can have a regular Flosstube up the week after that. Yes. Speaking of 24 hours of cross stitch, like I said, that is next weekend. I am planning to participate. I don't think I'm going to be doing like a full overnight marathon. I just don't. I think my stitching would really suffer. And I just don't want to risk having to like rip a bunch of stitches out of my pieces. But I am going to be stitching as much as I can over those 3 days. I don't have work. I don't have anything going on. I've like specifically blocked out this time for myself to take as like a retreat weekend. Yes. So a couple things I'm planning to do for that weekend. One is I am planning to do a vlog style video. I'm at least planning to film one. Yeah, you guys may or may not see that. It really just depends on how I think the video is coming out. If I think it's not interesting or I'm not happy with it, then you guys won't see that. But if I think that it's something that people might be interested in, I will upload it. It will be going up as a Flosstube extra, so it would be something I'm probably uploading like some random time midweek. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I will definitely address it in my next actual Flosstube video, whether or not you guys will be seeing that vlog. I also have some big plans. My biggest plan is I would like to focus for a finish on my fox piece. That is a bit of a lofty goal. I have like about a third of this left. This guy goes all the way down to this bottom row of gridding. So like there's a fair bit left. But I think like if I really focused on it for the entire weekend, I might be able to finish it or at least get very close. I think I only have about 3,000 stitches left. And like, I don't know, I feel like that's very reasonable for me. Especially because like I have been working on smaller count fabrics lately and I've gotten a lot faster on those. And I think going back to a large count will be even faster for me. And there's no like fractional stitches, there's no blends, there's no beads, it's just full cross. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'm planning to focus for a finish, and if I like get to a point during that weekend where I am just like exhausted from that piece and I hate it and I like can't even stand the thought of working on it anymore, then I will definitely put it down and work on something else. I am not gonna like force myself to work on that piece only just so I can see it finished, but I would like to knock out some major progress on that piece. The person who I'm gifting that piece to, her birthday is in like a couple days, but she's actually going on vacation during that time. She is the other manager that is going to be gone while my fiance is covering for her for 2 weeks. So I won't even be able to see her. Her vacation started today on the 14th, so I won't even be seeing her until November. So yes, this is a very good opportunity for me to get that done. I am really excited for 24 hours of cross stitch. I don't know, I think it's just a really nice time to be able to like take a step back and just kind of do my own thing, and have an excuse to like not talk to anybody and just like engross myself in my crafts. I'm really introverted. I know I talk so much on YouTube and I probably seem like I'm really outgoing. I absolutely hate talking to people. And I think I have a pretty good, I call it like my extrovert face. I have a pretty good like, I'm good at like being personable is what I'm trying to say. Even though I don't like it, I'm pretty good at coming off as a nice person, who likes talking to people. But in reality, I would really rather spend time by myself with my cats, curled up with my stitching or a book or a video game or like a 5-hour-long YouTube video. But yes, anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is it's a really good excuse for me to take 3 entire days to do nothing except for do what I want to do, which I love. Ruben will still have to work during that time, which kind of sucks, but I think it would be really fun for us to do it together. But you know, he will at least have that Sunday, so maybe he'll want to stitch with me on that day. You guys will see in the vlog for sure. That's all I have for stitching stuff in this video. Thank you all so much for being patient with me while I've been doing all kinds of stuff. I hope you're all enjoying your fall. I'm sure it's very clear by everything about me that I love fall. I wouldn't say it's my favorite season. I think winter is actually my favorite, which is very controversial. A lot of people get very upset when I say that. But I really love winter. I think it's amazing. I love snow. I do live in northern Wisconsin. Whenever I say I love snow, people condescendingly tell me that I only like it because I've never had to shovel it. That's not true. I have definitely had to shovel a lot of snow. I have to scrape off my car all the time in the winter. Because we don't have a garage or anything like that. That's just how it's been since I've moved out at age 20. So yeah, I love winter. But anyway, fall is very fun. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So I'm trying to do all of the fun fall things while I can. We went to some apple orchards in September, which if you guys don't know, I would say like mid to late September is pretty much the peak apple picking season. It's when you're getting some of the more popular apple flavors, like varieties, types, breeds, particularly like the Honeycrisp, which is pretty much everybody's favorite. It's the best apple. But apple season actually goes from August all the way into November. A lot of people don't know that. We might stop back at our local farm later this year just to pick up some of the late season apples, but mid to late September is really like the prime prime apple time. So we did that. Tomorrow, actually, Ruben and I and my best friend Lexi are going up to a farm a little ways away from where we live. And they actually do a really huge corn maze, and they allow people to go in at night with flashlights. They're open until like 10 p.m. So we've been doing that for like, I think 4 or 5 years in a row. Yeah, it's so much fun. So I'm really excited for that. And then on Sunday, the 16th, we are headed up to the Minnesota Zoo. They do I don't know what they call it exactly, but it's like a jack-o'-lantern show, kind of. So we're headed up there. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. Very, very excited for that. Again, all the fall things. Again, I hope everybody is doing well. Please let me know down below what you all are working on. I would love to hear about it. I always get really excited when people tell me about new projects that I haven't heard of before. Somebody just told me about the haunted library stitch-along that's going on. I didn't know it existed, and I love it. But yeah, I just really like being excited with people about this super fun and kind of weird and niche hobby. Okay, that is all I have. I will ramble on even longer if I don't stop myself now. Like I said, I will be filming a stitch-along or stitch with me this week. I will probably be talking about some seasonal Halloween topics. So you can look forward to hearing me talk for like an hour about that. And that's it. I will see you guys in that stitch along and then in 2 weeks for a normal Flosstube. Bye!